Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. So today is a tag video and it's the hashtag Crochet Craft Cart tag. So I was tagged by Julie over at KS Mom Crochets, and today the star of the show is here, my craft cart. So I do not have a craft room, and all of my craft supplies and crochet supplies are stored in my bedroom, and I don't really crochet up there. Sometimes I do, like right before I go to bed, but the majority of the time I crochet here in my recliner, and I utilize spaces around me to store all of my craft supplies, and one of the major ones is my craft cart here. So we are in the living room. It is hotter than Hades today. I think we got in the upper 80s. So yeah, I'm going to take you on a tour of my craft cart, and also I'm going to clean it up a little bit while we're here. But before we talk about my craft cart, let me move this out of the way a little bit. I want to talk about my end table, which also serves as storage for my crafting supplies. So down here at the bottom, I have some containers, and I have some like thread, and it's just like a catch-all for some different stuff. But on the top, usually this packet of my fluff is usually down here on the bottom of it. My Lifesavers tin back here holds my tulip red hooks. My lamp back here, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll insert a picture, it's metal, so I have magnets that hold stitch markers on it, and I'll post a picture of that there. My needle, my favorite sewing in needle, also lives on a magnet back there. And also, you see my light back here. You see right there is a magnet, and up there is a magnet, and I'll take a picture of that. But my favorite scissors hang right there, and a yarn needle hangs up there. It's one of those like wool needles. I use it mostly like when I'm doing blankets. It's real good about pulling in like shorter threads. Come on. My dog was trying to come over. Come on. You want to come say hi to everybody? Come on. Yeah. Come here, Beetles. So my face is real dirty. Yeah, huh? Say hi to everybody. What you been doing? Huh? Huh? Are you hot too with that fur coat on? Yeah. So my face is real dirty, so we've been cleaning up my face a little bit. And he just got done eating his dinner, didn't you? That's why you're in here hanging out with me. I was eating my dinner. Okay, I'm going to put you down. You can go get you some water, okay? But, maybe not. But, yeah, so I will pop in a picture of that as well. So I try to utilize different spaces around me. So now let's get on to the star of the show here. And let's talk about my crochet cart. So one of the things, one of the questions for the tag is, what do you like and what do you dislike about your cart? Well, I got my cart at Michael's, and on one side of the cart here, it is closed off with these panels that it's like it takes those hooks that you, like for a pegboard. I guess that's what it is. It's like a metal pegboard. And it came with this little basket and a few other things that were meant for more like people who like paper craft, I guess. And so I got rid of all of the rest of the metal attachments because I was never going to use them. But I really do love this basket, and it holds some of my favoriteest tools in the world. And I'll just show you some pliers, because sometimes when you're working, like especially like on gnomes, when your stitches are so tight and you're trying to pull your needle through, this comes in handy for pulling it through. I've got a couple pair of scissors. This pair is like what I consider the good pair. It only cuts fabric, and this pair right here cuts whatever I need it to cut. I have some fluff pokers to help you poke that fluff down in. This one came in a package of fluff, and then these other ones are I kind of like made them and like blunted the ends of them, but they were like skewers, like those bamboo skewers, if I'm saying that right. I have my little Nasta Penne for my little ones. And then I get hangnails extremely bad, especially when I am crocheting. It gets snagged. So I have me a pair of nippers to nip them up. Also have a fingernail file for when it is snagging pretty bad. And then these are just like cuticle pusher backers. And some cuticle oil to help with all of those snags. So this, I can reach while I'm sitting back in my chair, and it's all at the right angles. So this is one of my favorite features of my cart, is this little thing here. I've never put any more pegs on it, but I'm sure that I could. Oh, put my bamboo skewers back down in there. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can turn you guys around a little bit. Sorry. Don't mind my laundry pile back there. Okay, so on this first shelf here, I have a project that I work on sometimes. Well, I've got a lot of stuff here that needs to be rolled up. That needs to be rolled up. And it's this rescued doily that I'm attaching to this ring. So I just work on it every now and then, and the hoop is extremely hard to hold because it's so big. This is meant to go on the side. I have these, I got them at the Dollar Tree, and this holds like those little plastic like pins, like safety pins is what I call them. And usually in the top is just some random stuff. It's like there's never anything permanent that sets up there. Right now it is holding my stack of mandala circles that need to be turned into squares, and also the pattern to turn it into squares. Oh, there's another one. Let's see what else is up here. Oh, some random yarn that needs to go upstairs, and a little baby pillow. So I have a couple of these. This is like my most unused one because it's still nice and fluffy. Danette makes these for me because when I'm sitting in my recliner, I put it behind my back, my neck, and it's like the perfect support for your neck. And I just love them. I have like a couple more floating around. So they usually end up in the top of this right up here because it's a good place to be. But this has a magnetic back, and it magnetizes on the opposite side there. So now let's go down. Let's see if I can move this thing on down a little bit. Okay, so now we're getting into the second layer. Oh, I forgot about these. Here's also another magnet. I get these off of Amazon. They're like really strong magnets. And that's another pair of scissors. Set him down. So this bin, which I also got these off of Amazon. Oh, sorry. I leave this one, it's empty right now, but I leave it empty because that's what I throw my yarn scraps in. I don't reuse my yarn scraps. So if it's small enough, I put them in that, and then I just go on over there. Nobody wants to talk to you. I empty it when it gets full. And then let's see what lives in this one. It looks like a hodgepodge of stuff. So it looks like I've got some extra pliers. I think what is supposed to be in here is supposed to be my hooks, maybe. I'm not sure. But it looks like there's some hooks, some extra little pins. I found one of those tools to help with the gnome beards. You like stab it, stab it, stab it. I found this at Hobby Lobby. It's the Hobby Lobby brand. And I also got some extra ones of those. My clover one's upstairs. Here's a package of hooks. Here's a teeny tiny ruler. Not hooks, but needles. Some more needles. I think there's a couple more needles down in there. So that looks like it's just a hodgepodge of stuff. In this bin, I have some needles. Some little tiny short pins. I used those as eyes for something. I can't remember what. It wasn't like to a kid or anything. Some of those little pop-up things. Some trash. That needs to go in that one. And then those little elastics. I use those for gnome. My dog is walking over plastic stuff. So let me move that out of the way so that he won't do that again. Let's see. And then in this one, that one's got dirt on it, but some foot lotion. Yeah. But we've got some tacky glue. I like this Eileen's tacky glue. I glue some stuff with that. I got a picker for like rhinestones and beads. I have some more glues. I've got some gem tack and some embellish it. Looks like another pair of scissors. Got some more fingernail files, some stick glue, and an eyeglass repair kit. So this just looks like it's just like a hodgepodge of stuff that I may need. That would be like in any craft room. So this is like a mobile craft room. So let's put that back. Well, let's set these down off. Okay, so here in this tin, I have the little hair bows, hair clips that I use to clip the side of my yarn so that it doesn't come unraveled. And because it is quite heavy, see, it just falls off. The magnet is not strong enough to hold it. I have one of these magnets and it'll hold. Okay, so down here on my second shelf, let's see what I've got. And it looks like it needs to be cleaned out quite a bit. So this doesn't belong in here. This is just like the little notebook I use to write down recipes for water that I like. Here is my Disney Parks drink recipe book. I haven't made a recipe in quite some time from it, but I need to. But again, it doesn't belong on my cart. Oh, this right here is in my new Dots crochet hooks that I bought. And that is mostly what lives on the second shelf, or what's supposed to live on the second shelf, is my crochet hooks. So we have safety eyes, and this tin is more safety eyes. Here are my safety eye backs. Let's see. We'll talk about that in just a second. An empty bag. That's garbage. Okay. So here we have some chai goo. These are my interchangeable, what are those called? You know, Tunisian hooks. My interchangeable Tunisian hooks. This is a thing of those like rechargeable light up hooks. I think I was charging the actual thing a while back. So these always stay on my cart down here, so I know where all of my extra hooks are in case I need them. This is also where permanently my safety eyes live as well, because I use all of this stuff just about every time that I crochet. And like I said, this is like a mobile crochet, like a mobile craft room. Okay. And here is some markers. You never know when you're going to need markers. This is an empty little thing. But I also have, and it's very dusty, needs to be cleaned, some tape, but you never know when you're going to need some tape. And then also on this shelf lives my little pin cushion with the little pins that I use. Usually stays in there just like that. I have this that doesn't belong in there. It's one of those rice things that you can put in the microwave, and then, like, you know, it gets warm and you put it on there. I bought it at a farmer's market once. It's made out of a tea towel, I believe she said. So yeah, but that doesn't belong, so it's got to go. Okay, so moving on. Let's see if I can move you down again. I hope that that's okay. All right, so down here on the bottom shelf, it really needs some cleaning, guys. So this definitely doesn't belong. It's like a foot file, but this is usually looks like this all of the time. It is where I keep a lot of just random stuff. So like in this little bin, and I've got like it separated into like little bins, and like, see, at one point I had bought some little bins. So let's just take some of this stuff out. Like this doesn't belong, so that needs to go. So this is where I'm saving this year my yarn ball bins. Just because I think it's so neat when everybody else does it. So I'm taking the initiative to try to do it. So I'm off to a good start this year, I think. So these bins I got from the Dollar Tree. Oh, this is so dusty. It really needed to be cleaned out. So let's dump some of the garbage down in there. So I just take these, like all of my blush supplies, like for my doll, like when I make dolls and stuff like that. All of that stuff lives here. My makeup brushes, the blush. This, sometimes I use this to brush out my gnome beard hairs. The hairs for my gnome beard. Back here I have glue dots. You never know when you're going to need some glue. Here we have a hodgepodge of things. We've got some needles, which those need to move up there. That looks like garbage. We've got some rhinestones. We've got this cute little beetle pin. Some of these little charms. Some elastic cord. And then way back here we have one of those games. I believe this is some ink cartridges for a printer. Whew, my leg is going to sleep. And in this basket, I have extra rolls of tape. This is an empty tulip box. It had these tulip hooks right here, which they're no longer in here. This was like the little case that came with it. But I have like some pearl things, like embellishments, and then I have some stitch markers. I need to put those with their regular stitch marker people, and some tissues. You never know when you need tissues. These are those little pellet things. You never know when you might need a few of those. So that is my mobile craft room right there in a nutshell, guys. In a nutshell. So normally it stays pretty messy all of the time. I feel like I never have it cleaned out enough to make it be pretty all of the time. Now, like I said, I do use other areas. Let's move you back up here. I do use the other areas to have some of my stuff in. I have some like little bits of yarn that I use that lives in my drawer back here on my shelf. Let's put all of my little buckets back on. Here's some of those things. I'm going to take those upstairs. All stuff that doesn't need to be down here. Okay, so that is my craft cart. It is very handy. It helps me out quite a bit with not having my stuff down here, like my craft room downstairs, to where I can easily get to it. It helps me do my craft. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of my mobile crochet station, or otherwise known as the craft cart or crochet cart. I'm not going to tag anybody because I feel like I'm late to the game in this. I believe it was started by Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, that she started the tag. But I'm behind on my YouTube videos, so I'll have to catch up on them, because I really love when people do tours of things like this. It's a lot of fun, and that's how my cart stays, just like pushed up like that. When company comes, I usually just take it upstairs. So yeah, well guys, it is getting super hot in here, so I'm gonna go and turn on some fans. And like I said, I'm not gonna tag anybody, but if you are a YouTuber and you're watching this and no one has tagged you, please do a tour of your crochet cart. I will put the hashtag up there so everybody can click on it and find all of the lovely videos. And if you don't make YouTube videos and you want to answer the questions down below about your craft cart or mobile craft station, or just craft station in general, you can leave those in the comments. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.